Did the surprise pick in the first round pay off for the New Orleans Saints? What about the trade-ups? Did they find the next Drew Brees in the fourth round? Can the sixth rounder take over for Armstead? Also, if you're looking for some good channels to follow for Saints coverage, stick around to the end and I'll highlight a few that are worth a look. It's the Draft Xray 2021 Draft Rewind for the New Orleans Saints.
Be sure to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on any of the draft or team videos that we've got coming.
The Payton Turner pick was a bit of a shock to draft analysts, at least. Most had him in the range of a late second round to early third round pick. The Athletic Consensus Big Board had him at 60, and NFL.com's Daniel Jeremiah had him at 42, which was one of the higher rankings for him. But pre-draft rankings don't actually mean anything. It's all about the play on the field. Unfortunately, Saints fans didn't get to see much of that because injuries kept Turner sidelined most of the season. He only appeared in 5 games with 0 starts. You could see the potential when he was on the field, but injuries make it difficult to say anything for sure. It's an incomplete grade for his rookie year, so Saints fans will have to wait until 2022 to see what their 2021 first-round pick really has. The Saints' second-round pick, Werner, linebacker out of Ohio State, had a good rookie campaign. He played in 15 games and started 8. He had a few nagging injuries that slowed him down a bit, elbow and hamstring, but overall he showed very well for a second-round pick. PFF actually had him ranked as the 6th-ranked linebacker in defensive grade, which is pretty dang good for pick 60 in the draft. The Saints traded up in the third round to select Paulson Adebo, cornerback out of Stanford. Only the Jimmy Johnson trade chart gave good marks for the trade, but I really liked it. Adebo was one of my favorite corner prospects in the 2021 draft once you got past the top tier picks, and I think New Orleans was smart to be aggressive and go get him. He experienced the same ups and downs most rookie cornerbacks do, but he also showed his tremendous potential. He played in all 17 games, had 6 starts, an AVD of 6. Throw in 3 interceptions, 8 passes defended, 66 tackles, and 4 tackles for a loss, and it's easy to see Adebo's future is bright. The Saints got a good one. In the fourth round, the Saints gambled on a future replacement for Drew Brees by selecting Ian Book, quarterback out of Notre Dame. Book only got in 1 game, and that was due to last-minute COVID infections, and that 1 game did not go well at all. 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, 135 yards on 20 attempts with a QBR of 2.2. Definitely a day to forget. But anybody that expects most fourth-round rookies to step in and look like Pro Bowlers is fooling themselves. Everyone wants instant results and gratification nowadays. But sometimes, most times maybe, it takes a minute for a quarterback to develop. I'm not saying Book is the answer at quarterback for the Saints, but given time, he may develop into an acceptable backup. Then again, maybe he won't. But either way, he deserves a longer look. With no 5th-round pick, the Saints decided to make another trade to be sure they got their guy. Landon Young, offensive tackle from Kentucky with pick 206 in the 6th round. It was a mixed bag with Young, but he was pushed into the lineup sooner than perhaps the Saints would have liked because of injuries along the offensive line. And alas, Young himself would have his season cut short due to a foot injury. He played in 10 games with 1 start and had an AVD of 1. Considering he was a 6th-round selection, he did okay. But like most 6th-round picks, he has a ways to go before he's an NFL starter. The Saints' final pick was 7th-rounder Kawaan Baker, wide receiver out of South Alabama. Baker didn't make it past the 53-man roster cutdown, but he was eventually signed back to the Saints practice squad, where he spent most of the season. Baker was elevated to the active roster for 2 games, where he played entirely on special teams, which is probably his path forward to a permanent roster spot. Just for giggles, I took the AVD for each player and added them up for a draft class total and then compared them to all the teams in the league. The Saints' total class AVD was 13, which ranks them 25th in the NFL and 3rd in the division. But if you take that and get an average per pick, it ranks them 17th in the league and 2nd in the division, behind the Falcons at 11, but way ahead of the Panthers at 29 and the Bucs at 30. I've always believed in the adage, if you find 3 good players in a draft, then it was a success. I feel very confident that Adebo is one. I think Turner is another. And Werner seems like a solid player as well. So really, whether or not the class as a whole gets a thumbs up or down depends on how Turner develops. If Young also turns into a reliable starter, then you'd have to consider it an above-average class, a solid B to B+, and that's not too shabby. You can find more information on the Draft Xray website, including a list of the media that covers each team on every team page, from the beat writers to the podcasters and YouTubers. If you don't see someone that should be on there, contact me and I'll look into adding them. Today we're featuring 3 YouTube channels that cover the Saints. First up, State of the Saints podcast. It's an active channel with tons of posts and live streams that any Saints fan will enjoy. Next, DaBoot Tragedies, another very active channel that covers not only the Saints, but all of Louisiana sports. Last, NOS, and as the name suggests, it's all about the Saints, with a good mix of bite-sized and long-form content. That's 3 great channels that any Saints fan, or even fans of other clubs keeping tabs on their rival, should check out. One last note, if you find yourself looking for a draft tracker on draft weekend that isn't bogged down with autoplay videos and mountains of ads and ad-tracking JavaScript, check out the Draft Xray tracker. No ads, no videos, no fancy things to slow things down. Just a simple tracker and big board that makes the picks and trades easy to follow. You'll be able to find the tracker on the draftxray.com homepage closer to draft time, a few days before the draft probably. Give it a try.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit subscribe and like. We'll be back soon with the next team in the draft review series.